All right. I'm excited for this morning. First of all, Wednesdays are my favorite days because I get to hang out with you. I'm not just saying that. It's actually one of my favorites because you all just collaborate so well together. So it's a lot of fun. I want to celebrate real quick. Where did my Candace, Mother Effin Rogers go? Maybe she'll come back. But Heather is a new, there's Candace. Candace, you hold on. Heather is a new 3-star diamond in our group. So she is here. When you're done walking, will you give us a little bit about yourself? Will you tell us who you are, please? Yeah, plug in. Candace, congrats on 4-star diamond. Girl, you did it. I'm unmuting you. Don't press. You're unmuted so we can hear you. But congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How does it feel?
Good, finally.
Stop it. You better go celebrate. Okay, I'm muting you, but we're excited for you. Okay, Heather, tell us about you. Hi.
I had to get my battery cord. Tell about myself.
Yeah, will you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah. So I am Heather Johnson, and I live in North Dakota. It's actually right on the border of Minnesota. And I have 2 girls. They are in 4th and 3rd grade. And I am a resigned teacher. I've been coaching for 7 years. I'm a slow starter. I had 8 diamonds pop right up within first 3 years of my business, and a lot of them dropped. So I had to reinvent myself. I've been through a lot of ups and downs in the business, and I couldn't believe when I've been waiting for 3 years to actually see the 3-star. And then I really think my team is getting momentum again, and it's so fun. So hoping to be 6-star by the end of the year. So I don't know what else to share.
That's great.
Yeah.
We're just excited to have you, and congratulations. And I think that's a true tell. It doesn't matter how long it takes you in this business as far as you're moving towards your goals, obviously, and I think the beautiful thing is now that you have figured it out, it's not going to take you that much more time to get that much further. So 6-star diamond by the end of the year is a great goal. I'm super excited for you and just welcome you in here. So
yeah.
Yay, good. So we already celebrated Candace. I can't wait to hear what Candace goes to do to celebrate her 4-star diamond. So you tell us when that happens, please. Elisa does go 5-star diamond tomorrow. Look at her. Which is so cool. I'm so excited for you. And then Jess, you're 4-star tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Okay. I'm trying to remember all these things. So many things are happening along here. So if you need us, please let us know. We are here for you through the sanity. And more importantly, I want you both to celebrate tomorrow, whatever it is, pedicure, manicure, glass of wine at lunch. I don't care. You just do it. Okay. You just stop, you celebrate, you enjoy the moment because it is such a huge thing that you guys have been working towards. So super proud of you, super happy for you. Kind of just give you the rundown. And I know we had a great call with Christy Silva last week. That was one of my favorites. I just adore her. And she's actually on her way in a moving truck right now to Florida, which makes me so sad. But she'll always be connected to our West region, obviously. And next week we have Melissa Brewer, which is one of my also absolute favorite leaders. Wendy, you know her well, right? From being in Utah. Have you seen her at some super Porquito much? Okay, cool. But she's a Utah coach. She is one of the most, has the biggest heart. She's the most giving, caring, loving person. And she has had such a huge transformation with 2B mindset. But most importantly, just her overall business sense is incredible. She is one coach that is extremely strong as far as creating income and teaching her coaches how to create income. So she'll be next week. So make sure that you are coming with your questions. Hi, Jay. I see your arm in the background. And so be ready for that. Be on time, obviously. And then the week immediately after, we have Shelly Heim, which is absolutely also one of my favorites, 7-star diamond from Oregon. And then after that, we have one more mastermind. So we literally have 4 calls. And then our Q3 quarter is done with masterminds. And yes, vino is happening. Yes, I love that. There's nothing I love more than vino at lunchtime. It's just like a guilty sin. So yes, love this. Okay. But with that being said, we only have 4 calls left and we only have 2 masterminds. This one and then the last one on September 19th. So we need to chat today. Okay, so this is your opportunity to unmute. What are we talking about? I'll give you a little preface, okay? On my last calls, we've talked a lot about flash sale. That's like the golden number one golden ticket. We've talked a lot about how to finish the month strong with our leaders. Obviously, that was the accountability post that I did put up there. Also, creating the momentum to go into September. So whatever we're doing right now is going to create that momentum for end of month push. Also, 1st of September push. So how about we open it up? Yeah, Jim's over here. Love it. Okay, squirrel. I'm really excited this morning. Can't tell. I've had my coffee and I feel really good. But let's open it up for a conversation. So what do you ladies want to talk about? Actually, let me ask you this. What have you been doing right now to create momentum for the end of August and the 1st of September? Unmute yourselves, talk.
Okay, I'll go. Oh, Elisa, I was waiting for you to go. I was like, I bet that wasn't a knock or anything. I just know you're excited and always have good stuff. Okay, so we talked about it last week. So we're doing a flash sale, and I was kind of like, oh, I need more time to prepare. And then I had a coach that was like all about it. So we're just doing it. So we decided like Monday we're doing it for the team. And I'm just so excited after hearing Brooke Lipoff's call. And you guys, I'm sure, are seeing him everywhere too. I'm like, sometimes don't you find yourself like, it's not the right time, blah, blah, blah. And then when you push past that and actually do something, it's like when you have the biggest breakthroughs and stuff. Like, I was like, we're going out of town, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what, F it. We just have to do it. So we're doing it. And I'm just really excited because I feel the vibe on the team. So Jessica, thanks for sharing all the stuff that you shared, like the details the last time, because it like gave me even more confidence to do it. So that's what we're doing. And that's not anything new, but I'm just stoked about it.
So good. I love it. I love it.
Okay, I'll go.
Thank you.
And in this, I'm going to ask your guys' input. So I am finishing off I know I've shared this here, but my challenge groups, I've marketed more as workshops, and I'm teaching about health topics. So I'm wrapping up this month, which has been really good. And then I'm going into marketing for next month, which is going to be finding the calm in the chaos stress management techniques. And so I've been marketing that and teaching my coaches to market that. And also we are doing a 3-day refresh as a team on September 7th, because I'm thinking after Labor Day. It's also for anyone who started with the launch of Lift 4, it's right after the final week. And so I'm thinking for before and after pictures, we're gonna work out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then do 3-day refresh Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then we have that extra kind of, effect for before and after pictures. And then we're starting round 2 of Lift 4 Monday. I don't know about you guys who are doing this program. This is the very first program where I don't feel like I need a break to start again. And every other program I've done, I felt like I need some like a brain break, of the intensity of it. And I love that. I think that there's a huge thing to be said about having the flexibility of working out 4 days a week, and the flexibility of whether you're doing 2B mindset or the Lift 4 nutrition program. It's so much less intense, but you're still getting results because you're building muscle. And so you feel encouraged along the way, and you don't feel like you're depriving yourself that you need that break from that kills our momentum. So that's been a big realization for me. And so our team is going right back into it September 10th. So we're marketing for that. And, okay. And so the other part that I wanted to ask your input on, if this is an okay time to do that. So I am, as Brittany said, 4-star tomorrow. And it's also last week we hit 5-star qualifying. And so super exciting, but it's also like the torment of holding on to it. And especially when you have coaches who are newer, who are excited, but you still haven't found out what motivates them. When, I'm so used to having the team aspect be motivating. And I have a coach that the team aspect is not, someone is ringing my doorbell. the team aspect is not motivating her to like pull it together. So I have 2 coaches right now who their diamonds are unstable, and I'm like, Gah! And also, this is horrible timing, but I have to go check my door because
Go get your door. Yeah, no, you're
Okay.
good. You're good. But I want to ask Candace and Elisa, because obviously going through these qualifications just barely, Heather, same thing. Like anybody that has, what are some kind of tools that you've pulled out to just hold it together? Because every emotion's come forward. So Elisa, do you mind unmuting yourself? And then Candace, you can go too.
Yeah, that's really funny that we're talking about this because right now we are literally one active coach away from we still have to get one active coach in the next 11 hours for us to hold on to this 5-star. But we're doing it. But it's crazy because just this morning, what's funny is that Jessica was talking about Lift 4, and I actually haven't started it yet, even though I finished 80 Day Obsession a week ago, and I was going to go right into Lift 4, but I needed that brain break, like you were saying. I was like, I cannot start a new program or a new meal plan. I'm so I have to go back to something I know. So I restarted 21 Day Fix Extreme. But that being said, this morning I looked at Jay and I was like, I need yoga in my life. I cannot do 21 Day Fix Extreme today because it's everything has been kind of on edge, not super. I know it's not horrible that we're just one coach short, but when you're 11 hours away, it's just kind of and she's like, it's gonna happen, it's my neighbor and she's gonna order, and I'm like, okay, but what if she trips and falls today, or there's so many things that can happen. So anyway, this morning I gave myself some grace and didn't do my scheduled workout, which I know that maybe that's counterintuitive to what we do. Normally I suggest sticking to the program, but today I was I need some yoga. And I think a lot of it for me, which I don't know what your guys' faith-based is, but I have to hand it all over to God and because sometimes and I'm not saying to not, obviously you motivate your team too, but handing that over after you've done everything you can do, you kind of just have to hand it over and be okay, I'm doing everything that I can do, right? And constantly as leaders, which I know, I'm sure you guys do this too, but looking at what you're doing every day and thinking if my team did what I'm doing today, would they be holding their diamonds? Would they be doing a good job? And I think there's something to be said for that. And one side thing that I was going to say earlier that was helping my team at the end of the month is tiered prizes. So you can actually do this with diamonds too. But this is something that I think has helped our team with holding on to their diamonds. So we basically did, instead of just doing because often I'll do a prize, whoever hits SC6 gets a gift card or something like that. And this month we did tiered prizes where it made it more of a team goal, but also individualized. So basically it was if the team hits 100 SC or more as a team, and you're somebody that you personally hit SC6 or more, then you get a $5 Starbucks gift card. If the team hits 200 SC as a team or more, and you hit 5 SC or more, right, then you get that tier prize, which was a $10 makeup bag, plus the first tier prize. And then there's if the team hits 400 SC, which was our big hairy goal, which we're about the 200 mark. But if we did hit that, then they got a $15 tank plus the $10 makeup bag plus a $5 Starbucks gift card. So it's kind of a team goal plus individual goals. And I found that to be pretty fun this month, just because what's cool is that it's the people who are only getting 2 points, obviously 2 are still contributing to the overall team thing, but it also encourages everybody to encourage them more to okay, just sign up 2 more people and then you get the prize too, kind of thing. So that's been really fun, just community wise. And I feel that could be something you could do. And what we've done with our diamonds is we're planning our first diamonds retreat for next year, but we've even just kind of brought into it of that, it's not just getting to diamond, but holding it for 6 weeks to be able to go on the retreat. And that's something that I haven't had any pushback on. Nobody's even questioned it. I've just been this is just the requirement is you go diamond, and it's just part of, you go diamond and you hold it for 6 weeks and then we go on the retreat. So I don't know if that would help too. But it seems to be helping for us. And that's been like extra motivation, which my shaky diamond is very motivated too, but she's just been like dealing with life stuff too, which is how she kind of let it fall for a whole week here. But
for sure. But I love the tiered, and I love the collaboration of you all working together. So just to ask you a question, is this for your entire downline or just your personally sponsored coaches?
So we did it for our whole downline, but specifically in our like builders group. So we did like a push group, and we just announced it in the push group. And I just said, anybody who's in this push group, and it's only like 37 of us or something, but I was like, anybody who's in this push group, if you qualify for SC6 or more, then you get these things. And I did, talk to, though, my sister has a lot of, like, she's one of my diamond coaches too, and she has a pretty big downline, and some of the coaches in there are her PS coaches, and we kind of talked amongst ourselves, and I was like, you buy the gifts for like your people, I'll buy the gifts for my people, kind of thing.
For sure. I love also the retreat. It was like what Chrissy said, whenever there's a big push, we always have something that we're looking forward to. I had this conversation with a couple of coaches too, and they're like, well, we presented these things, but nobody's kind of grabbing it. And I said, just plan it. Like, don't ask them where they want to go. Don't give them, because they were giving them 3 options and like that. It's like, no, this is where we're going. This is what, and they're like, well, do we pay for it? I'm like, no, just the whole persona, this is what you'll be doing if you do this. So I would just say, yes, it's great to get feedback on where they want to go, but at the same point, just choose. Most people want to go to either a mountain or more likely a retreat that includes water and just, whatever it may be. So decide on something and just make it happen. But I love that you brought that up. Really, 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 really good. Keep up the tiered prizes. I bet that will definitely continue to create the momentum and the growth, and make your sister do pay for hers. I agree on that 1,000%. Candace, do you have anything that you want to add as far as qualification? Anything that you did to help motivate your team through the qualification period?
I'll just be real with you. I've been through the qualification period a bunch of times.
For sure.
And I stopped obsessing about it because it was making it worse for me. Mm-hmm. So I focused on the actions that I could do to obviously just, rank advance the people. So obviously working with them to hit Success Club, finding out what they needed help with. But then we don't do prizes because my team isn't motivated by that. I tried that and I loved it. I thought, this is easy. This is fun. Mm-hmm. But everyone was just like, meh. And I was like, okay, that doesn't work. But they're super motivated by the retreat. So I've started reaching out individually to all my potential diamonds and everyone that wants to go. And I'm like, okay, so like, what do you want to do with the retreat? And I'm trying to include them, the ones that aren't diamond yet, to show them like, okay, this is what you're going to be contributing, because then it really pushes them to actually be there, if that makes sense. So I have one girl that's going to give us like a little chat about photo aesthetics and like composition. And then one girl that's like going to plan our areas. And then one girl that's like, okay, this is what we should eat. That way everyone's like included and they feel part of it. And for some reason that works for my team. So I feel like I'm like super, like my answer's so different than what everyone else says, but it's working for us. So that's all that matters, right?
No, for sure. But I love that. And you're absolutely right. I mean, most of us have been, when we go into qualification, it ain't the first time, and it hurts so bad when you fall out of it, but you start to learn, okay. I just remember when Wendy going to 4-star, right? It's like, oh my gosh, hair turning gray, pulling it, like all the stops come out, right? But I love that. And I love the fact that you're including them in the process. So there isn't a right or a wrong way, but I agree. Like, try not to overthink it, because if you are like a basket case during the whole thing, you ain't going to make it fun, and you're not going to want to go to the next rung because you're going to be like, holy hell, I don't ever want to go through that again. Okay. Yeah. So no, cool. I love it, Candace. So cool. Okay. What else? Jess, what about you? Anything you want to add on as far as going through qualification?
It's been, and I shared this a little bit at our last time that we talked together, but I think it's been a learning journey for me as far as how draining it is, and going back, Elisa, to what you said too, like having grace for ourselves, I think is really important. And I think that is what it's like our least favorite thing to talk about, but it's what people are craving, and the realness of hey, like sometimes we need a break. That's also part of our health and fitness journey. We don't always have to be on. We don't always hit the goals. And so, when we do, if we do fall short, I think it's really important for us to share that so that we also encourage people like, hey, big goals are not always meant to be reached. They're meant to show us what we're made of and to make sure that we're always growing. And it's such a different perspective that we can add in how we can set ourselves apart and relate to people and become real. Like none of us, I don't think on here truly want to be like the Pinterest coach. Like we want to be the real coach. We want to be the one that people come to because they're struggling and they know that we know what it's like, instead of the people who feel like they're a failure because they see our social media page and think that we have it all together. I had one of my new coaches who I just signed up is a new mom. I've known her for a long time, but she told me, and this was a good reality check for me. She's like, I just don't know why I can't pull it together. I'm a working mom and I do have a baby, but I feel like I should be able to make blueberry muffins and be a size 2, and my baby should be totally like, perfect. And because everyone else is doing it. And I was like, what? Like nobody does that, so I don't know. I know this is totally different than what we've been talking about, but I feel like we all need to have not only grace for ourselves, but remind people to have grace for themselves, and that's what we're cultivating in our teams. It's the realness. It's not the fake, the fakeness. But
I agree. It makes me think of Rachel Hollis, and she says, "Okay, is the baby still alive?
Right.
All right. Are you still alive? Okay, then you're fine." Like
celebrate.
Exactly. That's all you need. No, it's so good. Daff, are you unmuted because you want to talk?
Oh, I have like 2 phones going because for whatever reason my webcam won't come up on my computer. But
okay.
I prefer to watch you guys and listen. I have stuff to say, but I'll wait my turn.
No, you can go. Please go.
Okay, so I think it was last week or the week before I mentioned how I have some coaches, especially at the diamond level, that are kind of in a funk. And, we had this huge high from Summit, and then now they're just like, wah, wah, wah. So, we've tried to run push groups, get to Emerald in 24 hours, push to diamond, and those have failed for us. And one of my diamond coaches reached out this week, and she's like, my paycheck the last couple of weeks has been okay, but 3 weeks ago it was $75. And I'm like, $75 is a diamond coach, and this girl works her butt off. So I realized that, not that money is a motivator, but people need to make money in this business in order to sustain. So we are starting kind of what Jess is doing. We're doing a 3-day refresh next week. We're doing it from the 4th through the 6th. We're then rolling into 21-day fix on September 10th, because on the same day we're kicking off a $500 in 5-week program. And I'm building the content right now. It's not a push to rank group, which obviously I want people to get to rank. I am bringing in current coaches, but I'm using this as a recruiting tool that if people sign up on my team before the 10th, that I'm going to put together a 5-week plan for them to earn $500. And basically I'm breaking it down. This is my scribble scratch. I don't know what you guys can see. How many invites that they have to send a week to even, sign 2 people or sell 2 challenge packs. So for 5 weeks, we're going to break down that this is what you have to do in week 1, week 2, week 3. That way we show them how to earn fast start bonuses. We show them what a basic diamond coach, like if you just have the minimum people, what does that volume look like? The dollar amount on that. So really getting people earning money, especially the holidays are coming up. There's 17 Mondays until Christmas, if you guys need to know. And so that has been like a fire, because when I try to say, oh, let's push to diamond, everyone's like, yeah, we've done that before. And I don't really have anything else that I could tell people to get to diamond except get more people, I don't know what else to tell them, because I'm in the same boat. So we rolled out this, $500 in 5 week yesterday. And the nice thing too is everyone that's going to go through this is going to be doing the 21-day fix. So they're going to actually start and finish a program while they're still in training. So they'll have results to showcase to people. They're going to be inviting people to a challenge group that's going to kick off in the 4th week of that 5-week program, because obviously I don't want them to have any lapse in their workout. So they're going to be bringing people with them. So again, I'm starting literally from scratch on content, but I am looking up every which way that you can make money in this business and going to throw it out there to people.
I love this. And I feel like this is something that we obviously haven't talked enough about. First and foremost, if you don't know this, Daphne is amazing with systems and creating stuff. But I love that. I mean, I feel like it's all about the win. This will also, I mean, and we try so hard to be all about the fitness side, but remind yourself that you are a business owner, an entrepreneur. You can help other women and lead and guide them to success. Like, how do you do that? And it comes with something like this. So I love this, Daphne. If there's anything that you want to share with us, please do. But rooting you on, and this is going to be incredible. I'm really excited for you.
And if anyone wants to do it with me, like literally I reached out to a coach that's in my downline. She's been kind of plateaued at 2-star for a couple years. Her and I are very similar in the way that we post, what we share. I mean, even the way that like we're built, everything. So I reached out to her and I was just like, hey, you want to like partner up and do this? So again, I do have some existing coaches, but it's kind of like the same coaches that go through my groups all the time where I'm like, yeah, you can join, but I'm really looking for fresh blood right now. And I did a couple of posts yesterday. I did a little video on Insta stories. If you guys don't use Cut Story for Insta stories, it's awesome, by the way. And I've already had 3 people that have reached out and like, okay, well, tell me more sort of stuff. So it's working.
So cool.
I just want to interject. I do have a document of, it's called Income Surge that we did as a team like 2 years ago. So I'd be happy to send that along with links to, it's like organized into like subject and then a YouTube clip. It was from Bombshell Dynasty.
Yeah.
So I can get that now and post it to the thread or.
Absolutely. I think we would love that. Yeah, for sure.
And then you can steal whatever.
Right
yeah. So it'll.
My kid's school yesterday.
It's all about saving time.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, that's awesome. And just like she said, if there's anybody that wants to group up, I think that's the most beautiful thing about these groups is just getting away from, I'm not getting away from your big team, but it's working with other people. It's getting to know people that are in your same trenches where you're at. So no, I love this. So yeah, if that speaks to your little soul, Daphne, if I was a coach, I'd be like, dude, I'm on board. Like I love those systematic approaches to help people be successful on the business side. So work it, girl. And then let us know, obviously, what you need more from us, but I love that. Heather, I want to, go.
So Cut Story, I just learned about this. One of my coaches is like killing it on Insta stories. Cut Story, you record your video, however long it is. And then Cut Story, it's an app. You load it into the app and it asks which program that you're going to be posting to. And it already knows. Insta stories is 15 second. Snapchat is like, it knows what the cutoff is. So as soon as you say, I want Insta stories, it breaks it up into 15-minute videos or 15-second videos for you. That way you're not like hitting the stop and start button and then getting cut off. It's so like a seamless recording. It's awesome.
And it's free 99er. I just pulled it up. Okay. No, this is awesome. I want to ask Heather too. So just going through qualification, obviously, to get to 3-star diamond, is there anything that you did specifically to encourage your team to keep pushing forward, so on and so forth, you would like to share?
Yeah, well, I wanted to make it less about me. I think that's the thing that I've really had to, I've really had to work on that. Because 3 years ago, we could have been a 5-star elite team. And I think I wore my coaches out because it was all about the rank. And I'm like, hold up. So I've over the last 3 years, I've had to give it to God. I've had to just go, okay, what needs to be done here? I don't want to make it about the rank. We also have stopped to we haven't done the push to diamond stuff because like people they get so focused on the goal and then they feel like a failure. So recently I thought, okay, what can I control? And it's building my second CBC to diamond. So it's pretty easy for me to, to hold that diamond. But then also I just reached out and I kept communicating with my diamond that dropped a year ago. And then she recently just got it back. I'm like, okay, what are you going to do differently now? And I use Voxer with my coaches all the time. It's like the best walkie-talkie for adults. So I was just saying, okay, what are you struggling with? What can I help with? And I asked her, I'm like, okay, can I remind you what your goals are? And so I would remind her, I'm like, okay, where are you at with this? How little or how much do you want me involved? And so it was really good for me to not put pressure on her. But I also knew that financially she was really struggling. And it just so happened that I've been doing really well in this area. So I thought, you know what, if you hold this for 6 weeks, I'm going to give you $100 on Amazon. It's a gift card. And that was everything. Like, that was the ticket for her. She's like, awesome, I'm on this. So I don't always do that, because sometimes my coaches do not, like, if I have a cash prize, they're just like, meh. But with her, that really did help. I don't know. So I don't know if that's what you wanted to hear, but I also celebrated within our team page. I took a picture of us, and then I said, congrats to Renee and her team, and I tagged her emeralds that made it happen as well. And I just said, I'm so excited for Renee and her team, and that really created a lot of momentum. And then I just basically put it out there. I'm like, you guys, we're going to end this with being a 6-star diamond team. We deserve this. We are, and I just kind of created that like momentum, saying like, this can happen. And that was awesome, because then they're like, oh, Renee hit it. Well, she can do it. I can do it,
For sure. No, that's so good. And I think just it's a reminder. I don't need, like, one thing with me, and every lady, I'll tell all of you this. You always say the perfect thing. The only thing, if you ever said, well, I propped my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my dog, my my bunny to become this, and then I'd be like, okay, stop. But this is the thing, there's no right or wrong way within this business, and you got to figure out what's going to work for your team. So I think it's great, Heather. I feel like you just need to focus on where your team is going. I love the fact that you said it's less about me, it's about their goals, the reminding of the goals. And I truly go back to why expectations are so important. When you set up the expectations and what is expected, and they say, this is what I want, it is you have to hold them accountable to it. Or more importantly, as a leader, it sucks so bad when you fail, or when your coaches fail, because that means you fail, and it's just like, when your coaches are successful, that's when you're successful. And if you start to figure out, like, okay, when my coaches are successful in this business, that's when I'm going to be successful. Like, you want your coaches to go above and beyond where you are at, it's like, so I love that. So don't ever feel like you're saying anything wrong, but if you start signing your dog to prop yourself, I will have a problem. So you're good. No, to self.
And from this momentum, like we want to rise up. What's that? There's a phrase, you guys. Sometimes I make up my own phrases. Rising tide, rising ships. Is that right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, there's a phrase out there that I can't think of right now, but like,
I don't know what it is, but keep going.
Okay. So, I know it's on Google, it's on Pinterest. It's like rising tide and all ships rise with it. Like, we're all going to rise up together. And so I did a video with my team page. I'm like, all right, you guys, we're going to wash our face. Like, so we're doing this girl wash your face challenge where everyone's reading the book, and we're all committing, and we're inviting clients and coaches to it. And we're just focusing on, okay, we've had kind of a crappy summer. Like, a lot of people have fallen like flies because of stuff going on in their life. It's like, we're going to wash our face. We're going to get committed again. And then we're going to do like a basic, like, phase 1 group, where if we're all focused on the activities, like the vital behaviors and the inviting and following up and approaching people about the opportunity, adding to the network, you guys know all those things, then rank will happen. So we're just going to, it's going to be like action oriented. And we haven't done anything like this for a while, and everyone's excited. So we're gonna rise together, hopefully, and create that momentum. But we start after Labor Day, and we're just working with the working, not the willing, because we've used that phrase so many times, like, work with the willing. No, I'm gonna work with the working, and.
I actually said this yesterday. I said, get that tattooed on your arm. I work with the working. I don't work with the willing. Like see it every single day. I love that, Heather.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for allowing me to call you out. Elisa, what's up, girl? You have a question?
Yeah. So we had 3, this is just kind of random, but we had 3 girls who were like very committed to wanting to hit diamond this month. And it looks like one of them, so this is mainly in my second business center, so it doesn't actually affect like our elite status, but one of them went diamond, or is going diamond. Like, tonight that's like a different one that has one more coach, which is great. But my thing that I'm realizing, and Heather's comment kind of triggered this in me, is that I have the 2 other girls in there have basically pushed for diamond before and not gotten it. And now they pushed again this month, and they did send a ton of messages. Like, they've been putting in the work. They've been showing up on calls. We've been doing one-on-ones, but they're not going to hit it. So I'm kind of facing this place where it's like, you know, obviously I'm hitting my 5-star goal. And there's other, like, there's good successes that are happening in the team, but then there's people who very clearly have been putting in the same amount of work and aren't hitting it. So I'm asking for anyone who's more experienced, like, how do I'm like, I basically am so excited for the good stuff, but I also feel really bad for the people who haven't been able to pull this off. And like, how do I, as a leader, encourage them without, I'm afraid they're basically going to be like, I suck, this is not worth it. And they're going to like run away screaming. But they've had such success personally with this too, that I try to always figure out, how do I make this not about ranks, so that they know that like you're a success just for the fact that your life is better and you're like healthier and you're happier. But now I feel like they're going to be sadder because they didn't get it. So I guess any advice on like how to deal with it if people in your team aren't hitting goals, but they really did work hard? Because I want to hug them, but they live far away. Anyone?
I think that's a hard one. I mean, like, I'm all ears on that too, because I think that kind of goes back to reminding ourselves and our coaches, like, what is the purpose of goal setting and finding clarity, and then reconnecting them to their bigger vision. So like, you know, for us, we're in this qualification period, and if for whatever reason it doesn't work out, we know it's not the end of the world. Like, we know that we still have this dream and this vision to motivate us and help us pick ourselves back up. And I think when we lose that, that's when we stay down. That's when it's like, okay, like, we're focused on we failed or whatever, you know, whatever it is, instead of, okay, well, this is what I learned and I'm really proud of myself for, like, this is what I did differently, or this is where I grew, or I did this many live videos that I never would have done if I wasn't pushing for this, or these are the conversations I had that I never would have had if I didn't reach out to these people because I was pushing so hard for this goal. I still maybe have like a vision party where you get on the phone with your coaches or this person one-on-one, and you say, okay, let's talk about our dreams. Let's just have fun and say, you know, if we knew we couldn't fail and money and time are no object, what do we want to do with our lives? And maybe start getting creative juices flowing that way. Because I feel like that is a great way to kind of increase people's vibes when you fall short on something and you feel defeated.
I will also add something. Heather, go ahead, and then I want to add something.
Okay, real quickly, you know, for those of you who are at Summit, with the whole circle, squiggle, triangle thing, that totally was the ticket for me with helping my coaches, because I have a bunch of squiggle circles who want to feel like they belong and they need verbal affirmation and all that. So like so Voxer has been huge. Like, hey, how you doing personally? Like, you know, and they want to chew the fat a little bit before we get into their business goals, where I have my triangles and squares. They're like, no chewing the fat. I need paper. I need a checklist and go. So that has been huge. And now with our getting started right calls or on our about me forms, like when people sign up, we know exactly who they are right from the get go. But we're incorporating more of that. So I don't know, that's helped us with finding out their why and pushing for that.
For sure. Personalities is going to be a big one. So I feel like that is a huge one. And I would highly suggest that. I would also say, you know, with these two, Elisa, it's that opportunity to be that mentor and that leader and that coach that says, you know what? Yes, you put in the activities. It has not panned out yet. It does not make you a failure. Let me tell you, you know, and just start giving some examples, maybe through your journey where you pressed for a goal and you fell short. But the defining moment is when you decide to continue to show up every single day, regardless that you hit your goal or not. Okay. And I would just remind them, and I would say, you want this so bad. And I know you're on the tail edge of going directly towards it. But what it's going to take is you showing up every single day now until it happens. So give yourself some grace, just like what we were talking about, and take the next 2 weeks and let's focus on this goal. And if we're still not there, we're just going to keep on chipping away at it until we hit this goal. The beautiful part, and I would just remind them, yes, you're working towards diamond, but more importantly, as soon as you hit diamond, you're going to be working towards the next goal. And what that is typically 2-star diamond, right? So they can open up a second CBC and to get income growth. But I would just remind them and tell them a personal story about yourself, where you have been with this. And I would say, but this defining moment can make or break you. And I want it to make you, because I want you to know how close you truly are. And, you know, the best thing that you have right now on your side is the momentum. If you stop what you're doing, it's going to be 10,000 times harder to get back where you're at. That you are not a failure. You know, and I would just say you have accomplished A, B, C. Look at how much you have changed. Give her so many compliments that she's like, oh my gosh, okay, I feel good about myself. And I would just remind her, I would say, you know what, the natural progression to growth is failure. And it's figuring out how you can rise above it. And this business is tricky because obviously it pulls out all the emotions, but I'm just going to challenge you to put both feet back in and keep both feet in until we hit this goal. And then we're going to go towards the next goal. So I would just think it's an opportunity for you as a mentor and a coach and a leader to say, you know what, you don't suck. And this is why. Focus on the strengths, focus on the love, focus on the giving. And then I would just remind, and it's kind of comical because, you know, Carly Lindor, okay, 1-star diamond, 2-star diamond for so many years. She was in the top 50. And every year I was like, girl, when are you going to make this happen? When are you going to make this happen? You know, and she's the one who created the diamond internship with her coach Jamie Innes and blah 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 blah. And she brought up something the other day. She's like, you know what's funny? She's like, yes, I have been so successful with this diamond internship. That was what got her to 5-star diamond. Then she's 8-star diamond. Now she's 10-star diamond qual. It's like, holy shiz, right? And she's been a coach for quite a while, who stayed at a diamond and 1-star diamond for so many years, right? And now it's finally coming together. But what she said on this call, she's like, to be honest with you, when I did the diamond internship the first time, when I was the guinea pig, I didn't hit it. And so just think, if she would have been like, you know what, I suck, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to get there. What if she wouldn't have? She would not be where she is at with her business, right? So I feel like it's an opportunity actually for you, Elisa, to step up as a leader and a mentor and say, you know what, you don't suck and this is why. Let's work on this together. Let me mentor you a little bit more. Let me give you more one-on-one time. Like whatever it is. Does that make sense? So I feel like it's a big growth moment for you. You're welcome. I can read this.
That totally makes sense. The baby's screaming, but I can hear you, but yes.
Okay. No worries. And I would just say, you know what, like just remind yourself, yeah, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, but they're on that tail to success. And I would just remind them, you know what? And it's just a reminder that this business is hard. And when you start saying it's hard, but it's worth it, people will show up. And as soon as somebody says no, they don't say, I'm done. It's hard now. But if you say, you know what, this business is mother effing hard. Like use Candace's mother effing hard, because it is, right? But you show up and you get out of your own damn way every single day. Okay. I also feel like, what was I going to say? Making it. Oh, for real. Okay. No worries. I would also say, ladies, and one thing I've been hearing across the board for really pushing towards at the end of August strong and 1st of September strong is your live power hours. You know, I've been hearing that across the board with my leaders. Like I'm going live every single night and doing my live power hour. For 4 days straight, or I'm doing the flash sale the last 2 days, or I'm doing so on and so forth. I would say, to piggyback on Wendy, what she was talking about earlier about the flash sale, don't overthink it, just do it. And one of the best things, is to kind of, and I know maybe you have presented it to your team, but if once you get it up and going, to not present it to your team until there's about 24 hours before it starts, because then they start hustling, they start working hard towards it, and so I've had a lot of coaches say, you know what, the best thing that I did was hold off and say, you know what, a big announcement is coming. Oh my gosh, you can't wait. Oh my, that big excitement. And then the reveal of, we're doing a flash sale. 24 hours is what we're doing. So think about that for next time. And I have a lot of coaches that are like, yeah, I'm only doing 1 to 2 of these per year. So don't overkill it. I did see a message yesterday, which was so icky because now people are doing flash sales across the board. And so I just kind of know that this is out there, that somebody is saying that if they purchase a challenge pack, they're going to get $85 back and then $10 from the upline coach. And I'm like, okay, what? Okay, first of all, that isn't possible. That's not a way to sustain a business. You're basically giving away, right? Everybody's face is like, what the hell? Exactly. So if that comes across, I would first and foremost say, you know what? Unfortunately, that is not, you know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, they must be doing something that isn't towards policy and procedures, type of thing, because that's not the case. So just be aware that some things are kind of sparking up from this, but I don't want that to be a big, like, say what? Did I miss a call about the Diamond Intern? Would love to hear how that group is. Oh, for sure. Sell and are like, this is the normal price for a challenge pack. That's a fear I have. Oh, great question. A lot of coaches are doing between a $10, $15, or a $20 Amazon card. So gift card if they purchase. They're doing, up to $25, obviously. So that's what they're doing. They're not discounting, and never discount Shakeology, never say, and this was from a very well-recognized coach, like, my favorite nutrition shake is finally on sale. It's like, okay, stop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't discredit Shakeology. It's not on sale. It's, you know, whatever it may be. The program may be on sale, but Shakeology is never discounted. Yeah. If you run into anything, just let me know.
I was going to chime in for Wendy's comment too.
Yeah.
So, when that came up with our flash sale, because we were advertising the normal challenge pack price, it was more if you are the first, and we even did it to like the first 2 people to actually buy this challenge pack, you're going to get an Energize. So they knew the price was the same, but they wanted to be the first one to get that particular one when we posted it, because they earned something by being, you know, so they felt like they were kind of getting a freebie without really getting a price discount.
Ooh, that's so good though. I love that you're putting in other products that they could fall in love with. No, that's good. Jess, what?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was just going to say really quick too, I don't know if you guys are already doing this, but something that really helps for marketing is on the challenge packs, take the individual price of the individual products and add them all up, because there's a huge price difference and we're not making anything up, but the actual price of the challenge pack itself is so discounted, and people psychologically to see, like the mega pack, they save over $300. We're not inflating anything. We're just saying, hey, this is just a way to save a ton of money. So just in case you guys, I know my PS coaches were a little bit like, how, like when was, you know, they got a little confused until I explained that. And then this is really helping my coaches understand why we don't ever sell a bag of Shakeology by itself, because it doesn't make sense. Like, you always want to go towards the challenge pack.
So true. And I think this is the thing, is just when it comes to flash sale, just remind yourself it's 1 to 2 times per year, probably 2. Don't overkill it. But it is an opportunity. And what I've been hearing is new coaches have an opportunity to actually have something to invite to, because if they do like a 3-day refresh or an ultimate reset, now they have to obviously book this with these people to get it done, right? And create an accountability group. And so it's a way for new coaches to get a lot of great new wins and to get over the fear of selling. And then also, Heather, I will give you all the Diamond internship, because it's been floating around here with us for a while. So yeah, you're good. I will find all that info on that.
I was going to chime in real quick too, just about the flash sale thing. I don't know if you guys have done a Beachbody launch party for your new coaches. So I saw this, like, Roden and Fields, I think it was a couple months ago, where a new consultant did a launch party. So for 1 hour, her upline created the event. And I have a whole template for this too, for Beachbody now. And so it gives your brand new coach a way to invite, and it's a no sales thing. It just basically for 1 hour talks about like what coaching is, what challenge pack are, what challenge groups are. And so the new coach can invite to it. But now that we have the flash sale, that could be something too that you can incorporate for new coaches is, hey, you know, you just signed up. In 2 weeks, we're going to host your launch party. We're also going to plug in this flash sale. So it doesn't always have to be a team thing. It could be something that, like Brittany was saying, that you could do with your new coaches as a way to kick off their business.
Amen. I love it. My queen of systems, you will forever be called. Because you always have something. Just so cool. Teresa, yes, please.
Can I piggyback on that, on what Daphne said? Actually, this is kind of weird. I'm going to talk about Mark a little bit. So Mark, to make a long story short, he was really sick the last couple months. And we were doing Lift 4 and he couldn't do it. So what he's doing now that he's feeling better and everything, and I think he heard it on the National Wake Up Call a couple weeks ago, regarding these kind of like launch parties or just kind of like relaunching your business, because of course he couldn't really do a lot. So his business like started to dip down, or our business started to dip down, and I was trying to help him and stuff. But what he's doing is he is like fully committing to Lift 4, and he started to go on Instagram stories, really kind of boost the excitement about this program that is absolutely perfect for his niche. So he's like, I'm going to fully commit, which he always does, but he's never done it in a way where he is like taking people along with him while he is actually doing the program, not just like, oh, you know, it's just another program that's coming out. It's like he's fully committing to this one, and he's taking people along with him so that they can see his progress, but then he'll also understand what they're going through. And he's been really successful with this in just the last couple of weeks. Like he goes all in with this stuff. So he's created a group. It's kind of like a sneak peek group for Live 4. So he's gone in there live. He's done all his videos and everything. And he's gotten a lot of people to go in there and to purchase. And he even like for the first time sold a like mega pack because like people were like, oh, okay, like this is really cool. And just the way that he's doing it this time and really fully committing to it and just being really open about it, how he was struggling with his illness and he, gained weight, and now he is going to go all in. And he's like, who wants to join me? Like, who wants to see my transformation while I'm doing it type thing. So.
I love that. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's good.
I love your husband. If you don't know who Mark is, that's her husband. They do the business together. Thank you for sharing that.
Yep.
Okay, I want to make sure, Laura, Holly, are you girls good? Just want to make sure that I give you attention. You're good. Anything you want to chime in? Anything? No? Okay. No? I don't know if you're going to unmute yourself. No worries. Yeah.
I mean, I just, I don't know. I feel like,
I
don't know. I feel like really good. I'm pregnant. I don't know if you remember that. So I feel, am I frozen?
You're good now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I feel like really good for the first time in the business in a while. And I don't know. It's just something, I don't know. It just feels good. And then I feel like when I feel good, my team's doing better. And then I'm adding new coaches and like having such better conversations and like things when I have like, when I'm feeling good and when I have a lot of belief in this company and in coaching and in all of our products and stuff, like I feel like it just goes really well. So like my mindset has like really trickled down to my team and into my social media and everything. And I'm like just really excited right now, even though I'm growing.
Hey, it's all good. No worries. But I'm glad that you're feeling that way. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if anything comes along the way that you're like, oh my gosh, I have to share this with the group, share with us, please.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay, let's close up this call because I know it's been almost an hour. I appreciate you, or it has been an hour. Good laws. I appreciate you staying on, and I love the mastermind today. Of course, we're cheering all you on that are in the qualification period. If you need us, just lean on us. We are here for you 1,000%. If anything kind of strikes up from our conversation today, just message me. If you feel like the sky is falling tonight, message me. I'll have my phone on me. I will walk you off that cliff, just like you're going to walk your coaches off that cliff if something were to happen. So with that being said, I appreciate every single one of you. Next week, be on time and a little bit early, please, because Melissa will obviously start right on the hour and come with great questions. She is by far one of the most incredible coaches, and I say that because of obviously creating amazing systems, stability. She's not going anywhere. She knows this is her calling and her dream, and she's very magnetic, and that's what I love about her. You want to be able to hang out with her. So come with all your questions ready to ask her, and I will see all of your gorgeous faces next week. Does that sound good? Okay. Thank you, ladies. Welcome again, Heather. Talk to y'all soon, okay? Bye.